Squeaky clean. See, you look so cute with it on, though.
I gotta get a new one for Panic Fest.
Well, how about you wash it?
Uh, well, I can't wash because of the bill, so
Yeah, you
I'd have to
can.
get I can get a toothbrush and shampoo, and that's about it. But I want a new hat, so
I could have got you a hat like this hat right here.
well, the hat doesn't say movies don't suck and something do on it. So
No, it says
well,
the greatest 2-day event, the most stupendous 2-day event of all time.
I mean, if you say so, yeah, I mean, you can do that. Are you? Hey, do
Dude,
you? I go. I go under tomorrow, right?
you go under
Yeah.
what? You're just getting teeth pulled.
No, I'm getting. They're putting me to sleep.
Yeah. To do
Yeah,
what?
to yank out wisdom teeth, and I was so freaked out about it,
Oh
me
my
out of it.
God, for wisdom teeth, something I did like 20 years ago.
I know. But did you go under for it, or were you awake?
You know, 100% under, dude.
Okay, well, I freaked out about it, so they gave me Ativan to take before the before the
Oh, so you
before the.
got some Ativan to snort before you go in?
I've never been under the like put under before, so it freaks me out.
Oh, dude,
I
just
don't.
crush up the pills and snort it.
I'm not doing that. So here's the thing, like I think what it is I didn't really think about it, but I went, I had a team meeting yesterday with my team, and we were talking about it, and they asked what I was scared about. I'm like, I'm not scared of like dying or hurting or anything. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the fact that I have no choice over where I'm going to be conscious or not. Like I feel like I'm being ripped away from reality. You know what I mean? It's
Does that make you nervous?
so I have no control over it, and then my coworkers like, I never pinned you for someone who's a control freak, and I've thought about it. I guess I am.
Yeah. You're 100% a control freak.
Yeah. So
I mean, like, wanting to change my opinion and take it out of the podcast because I don't agree with your opinion.
no. I didn't want listeners to hear us fucking argue. If you guys want to hear us argue, go to the last podcast. You'll hear me argue. But I didn't think it was interesting enough to keep the podcast on there.
I think
Also,
it's very interesting because it's two
what?
counterpoints to an argument,
No.
and it's a
Counterpoint
good
one
argument
point
about
is
something that we
100%
do.
wrong. One point is 100% wrong, not mine
Yeah,
at
you
all.
were
Yeah.
100% wrong. I was 100% right.
Do we want to talk about this? I mean, we can talk about it
No,
before we
I
go
don't.
because we
Because
can.
I don't know if you noticed, man. I
Ask
don't
Topher.
got much voice.
Okay, ask Topher. He'll tell you. Like, you know what? Let someone steal Topher's wrestling name and see how he likes it.
There's like three of them.
Okay, I mean, like, do you think Topher likes that?
It's just what it is, bro. There's no original thought anymore.
Well,
I've had
that's
this talk with him.
original thought though. Like, there are plenty of comedians making jokes that no one's
There's
made
nothing
before.
original anymore.
Then why are we
There's
doing the fucking
nothing
podcast?
because we like having fun and
Uh,
talking.
all right, fine. But this is
I'm
something that
sorry.
you.
I'm
This is
sorry.
not.
I'm a little deaf. I'm sorry. What? What did he say? What?
This is something you'll never change my mind on. That's the 1% thing.
Yeah, and it's something I'll never change my mind on.
So
So
you're
just
okay
get
with people
over it.
stealing shit?
I don't think it's stealing when you
It
just get
100%
into it.
stealing. If someone does a rename for,
I don't
like, for
think it's
example,
stealing.
like for example, let's talk about Patton Oswalt. That KFC bowl joke about the Vegas bowl. You think if someone else went out and did that, that'd be okay?
I
It's
don't
called a
know.
failure pilot and a sadness bowl. That is an original thought,
Yeah, I don't like stealing.
huh?
I don't like stealing.
Then you should be not okay with comedians stealing jokes. That's just something you shouldn't be okay
But
with.
in this day and age of reboots, remakes, rehashes, redones,
And
reovers,
you and I both
redone.
talked about how we don't like that.
Yeah, but
But what?
sometimes things are things, man. Anyway, let's move on because again, I'm not going to argue over this to the fact of my voice. I
Oh,
only have
fine.
so much of it. I have been drinking tea, honey, lemon, sucking on cough drops, trying to get my voice enough that I can actually talk to do this.
Because I mean, today's the only we can do. I won't be able to talk whether we can do my mouth be full of gauze.
Yeah, but I didn't have a voice yesterday
Okay.
or the day before.
Let's get to it. Give me a good intro.
I don't got a good intro. Oh, let me think of a good intro. Let me think of one. I'm going to think of one. All right, let's think of an intro. You know what's better than a co-host from Texas?
What?
drinking a beer from Texas with your co-host from Texas. Start that fucking music.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Movies That Don't Suck and Some That Do. My name is Neil.
No, Chris.
And today we're bringing you two new movies out in the watching movie world. First, we're going to be talking about the comedy everyone is talking about from Netflix, from the good old Judd Apatow, talking The Bubble, featuring David Duchovny.
The story of us. How do I sum it up? The nightmares, the hangovers, and the punching. Where for years I woke up, said I was sorry, passed out, and did it all over again. As a writer, I'm a sucker for happy endings. If you simply keep trying and never give up, no matter how many times you get it wrong. I didn't know how to finish it because it's not over.
Okay.
I love Californication. I had to pull one from Californication for
Okay.
David. Leslie Mann is in this as well.
Okay. It makes me sad when it's so easy to trick you into lying because you're such a lying shitbag.
That's not, you can't do that. You can't do that. The therapist said you're not allowed to judge me.
That's not a judgment. That's just a fact.
Fair enough. Sometimes I withhold truth. That is true. But it's only because I'm scared to death of your crazy-ass, illogical overreactions.
Well, it hurts me inside and triggers me when you're such a dishonest shit that you're lending your father money without telling me while your record company's going bankrupt and we're on the verge of losing our fucking house!
That's from This Is 40.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait for This Is 50. I love Leslie Mann and Paul Rudd together. They could have done a sitcom like Roseanne, and I would have fucking, been there for every episode. I love the two of them together.
Sure.
Also, who else did I add to the club?
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, Pedro.
You know why all the world hates a Lannister? You think you're gold and you're lions, and your gold lions make you better than everyone. Can I tell you a secret? You're not a golden lion. You're just a pink little man who's far too slow on the draw.
So obviously from Game of Thrones, and also this has who else is in this movie?
Kate McKinnon. Did I get that? That one. Okay, cool.
No. I'll tell you anything that you want to know about her, and I know it all. She texts and drives. She does it all the time. She Instagrams from the freeway. She hashtags it driving. I'm proving to her that we don't keep secrets. Just tell her something about me.
Okay. Morgan stole her dad's pain pills after her surgery and sold them at Coachella.
Audrey was once babysitting this 8-year-old kid, and she flirted with him to get him to go to sleep.
His name was Liam.
She has sex dreams about minions.
Just the one minion with the one eye. Is it supposed to be a dick?
She Googled it on my computer, and now I get a lot of weird ads.
I said I was sorry.
Yeah, so that's something. So,
also in
I
this
thought
movie
it was.
Go ahead.
I thought it was really weird you didn't pull a kid for Karen Gillian, Fred Armisen, even people that
John Cena.
I know, but
Daisy
the thing is,
Rattle.
here's the thing though: Karen Gillan and Keegan-Michael have more screen time than Kate McKinnon in this movie.
Yeah, I just pulled people that would be easy to pull because I had to put together my whole part of the podcast in 24 hours.
Okay, well, Fred Armisen would have been easy to find.
Remember that I did this thing for a whole week.
Fine.
And I'm exhausted, and I literally slept 16 hours yesterday.
Okay, fine. All right.
All right.
It's The Bubble, directed and written by Judd Apatow with Pam Brady, another writer.
All
We'll talk about this movie.
All right, and then the second movie that we watched this week is, of course, the number one at this past weekend at the box office Morpheus,
Morbius.
featuring. That's what I
Morbius.
said. Morpheus.
No, Morbius with a B.
No, Morpheus with a P.
No, just say it correctly. The way that people know it's said.
It's Morbius. But anyway,
Starring who?
featuring the psychotic, always crazy. Can't wait to invite him to Thanksgiving dinner, Jared Leto.
You helped me by erasing my mind what inflated memories I had. Oh. You left me in a black hole of rage and confusion. Without the medicine you practice, Dr. Quinzel.
What are you gonna do? You gonna kill me, Mr. J?
What? Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
Okay, that's from Suicide Squad.
As him as Joker, the greatest Joker ever. I mean, if you don't know Jared Leto's Joker, seriously the best
You're
Joker.
better off not knowing. But yeah, okay.
Just messing around with everybody. And also next, the Doctor Number 11 himself, Matt Smith.
Now, the question of the hour is, who's got Pandorica? Answer, I do. Next question, who's coming to take it from me? Come on! Look at me! No plan, no backup, no weapons worth a damn. Oh, and something else I don't have. Anything to lose. So, if you're sitting up there in your silly little spaceship with all your silly little guns, and you've got any plans on taking the Pandorica tonight, just remember who's standing in your way. Remember, every black day I ever stopped you, and then, do the smart thing. Let somebody else try first.
Yeah, that's from Doctor Who. And do you need help with the next name? I can pronounce it for you.
Yeah, if you can go ahead, because not only am I going to mess it up, it'll probably.
Okay, so the next one is Adria Arjona. Adria Arjona.
No. You barely talk. I don't know your family. You don't want to know mine. Who are you?
Oh, fuck off. Who the fuck am I supposed to be?
I don't know who you're supposed
Jesus
to be.
Christ.
Yeah, fuck off. Go. God, whatever happened to you, I can't fix it.
There's nothing wrong with me. I'll call you this weekend.
Don't. I don't want to hear from you, Paul. You can't give me more than this. You're not right. Sometimes I'm with you and I can tell that.
Yeah, that's from True Detective season 2. Not near as good as season 1. Not near as good as season 1.
Good. But it's what I can find with her speaking English.
So
Tyrese Gibson, my man.
Enjoying the ride? Man, it's a fast car, huh? Man, it's a classic, old school, American muscle. Man, this car can do all kind of things, man. Want to see? Check this out right here, homie. So what you doing, man?
Buddy, go! Ejectocito, cuz! It worked! I love this button! Stay on your toes, Puto!
From Too Fast, Too Furious. This also stars Jared Harris and Al Madrigal.
There's a lot of good people in this movie and the other movie Bubble as well. I mean, there's just a long list of star power in the two movies that we watched this week, and I can't wait to talk about both of them. But before we do that, Chris,
are there gonna be nice things to say about these things?
Huh?
Are there gonna be nice things to say about these movies?
Oh man, I got all kinds of things to say about these movies.
All right, you can find us on moviesonsuck.net. We're on Facebook.com. Movies on Suck Podcast. We're on Twitter, NES Podcast. We're on Instagram, NES Podcast. We got Patreon, patreon.com/moviesonsuck. If you guys want best shirts, apparel, go bonfire.com. Search Movies Don't Suck and Something to Do. You'll find our shit. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. We're on all stream platforms. Wherever you find podcasts, you can find Movies Don't Suck and Something to Do.
Damn straight. And then if you have a small business, guess what we can do for that small business? We can advertise it. Because guess what? We want to make sure that you get the business, you get the people. We know there's struggling times. And I mean, we're at the end of the pandemic and now we're getting over it and all that. But still, we want to help small businesses just like this small business that I just happened to run into this past week when I was in Dallas, Texas. Are you ready for this? I don't think you know this exists. And I hope to God next time you go down to Texas, you go to this place.
Is it called
Chris, are you
Whataburger?
ready for this?
Yeah.
Today's small business is Turkey Leg Paradise. Turkey Leg Paradise is a restaurant downtown Dallas that literally specifies in making turkey legs that you would get at the Renaissance Festival. But these turkey legs, literally the bone comes like right out and it's all left over.
I want to do.
Dude,
Sounds
and
good.
then on top of that, they put toppings on top of the turkey leg. Like I got a mac and cheese, Cajun mac and cheese one. They got like etouffee. They got jambalaya. They got broccoli cheese and rice, and then they got wings and stuff like that. I found this place on accident because there's just a block down the road from a wrestling event I was at, and oh my god, I went to this thing. And it was like the one meal I ate that wasn't a microwavable meal out of the hotel room. Like it was just pure, utter paradise. The food there was ridiculous. They even have crawfish and vibes, which is coming up. What is that? This weekend, actually, at downtown Dallas as well. So if you want to look them up, they are located at 1715 Botham Jean Boulevard, Dallas, Texas, 75215. You can look them up on Facebook at Turkey Leg Paradise, or you can go to their website, which is turkey-leg-paradise-business. And I'm telling you, they are 100. I mean, look at this. Look at this. You ready for this? Look at that. Look at that.
I don't see that. Oh,
Yeah. I mean,
shit.
That
looks amazing. That looks amazing.
They are cool guys, man. We had a good time. I mean, I would have ordered 5 more legs. 5 more legs if I could. If I could have had, like, I would sit there and just eat all day, bro.
But you had wrestling to watch over 60 hours of it.
So cutting into our segment of talking about stuff. I obviously can tell my voice is not at 100. I'd say it's about at 80, considered what it was 2 days ago.
He's been screaming and yelling.
Yeah. I went to a total of 15 wrestling shows, a total of 60 plus hours, including both days of WrestleMania, the Hall of Fame, seeing The Undertaker retire. I got to see Stone Cold Steve Austin's last match, Vince McMahon's last match, the Pat McAfee match, and then on top of that, a bunch of great local wrestling. And I mean amazing local wrestling. There was one wrestling event I think you'd really enjoyed with me. I think you really would have enjoyed this. And it was called Effie's Big Gay Brunch.
Yeah, I saw. At least the preview, the poster.
So like, one, it was hosted by like one of the largest drag queens I ever seen in my entire life. I don't know if she was 7'1.5", but I mean she was tall. She was a big, and she was in Dallas Cowboys colors. Beautiful drag queen. And every wrestling match, they had fun with it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like they had, and they added sexual ornaments to it, you know, like joking around, like, you know, every now and then a guy would twist somebody's nipples or somebody would like, you know, and that one was great. But like all the different wrestling events I got to see, like every wrestling event was like different than the one I saw before.
Do you wish that Oklahoma had the things that Texas does when it comes to local wrestling, like Tulsa?
Well, the thing is, you say that, but half the people I saw in local wrestling were from Tulsa.
Okay.
So I saw a lot of Tulsa people.
Okay,
like,
yes.
I saw Sandra from the Queen Street Posse, her and her co-host from Inside the Ropes. They were there, and Ray Martiz, who's also the leader of Elote Lucha Libre Wrestling downtown here in Tulsa. I ran into a bunch of people from dispensaries and stuff like that I know here from
Cool.
Tulsa. The funnest part there's a bunch of fun parts. I got to meet a lot of wrestlers. I mean, I literally for one, here's Sandra and Ray Martinez from Queen, from the wrestling I just talked about. My favorite pro wrestler right now, Danhausen, of course. I got to meet him. Freaking what just a pleasure he was. Now, in every episode of since we've gone on this vlog, behind me right here is a sign that says, Simon, give this an up.
Mhm.
That is from a podcast called What Culture, right?
Yeah.
And they review wrestling. It's one of my favorite wrestling podcasts, right?
Mhm.
I ran into them 8 or 9 times during the whole week. Like we just kept running. We ran into each other to the point where they knew my name. They knew who I was.
Yeah.
Like, Neil, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
And I mean, I'll give you a picture. Here you go. Here's us. This is Simon that I have the Simon give this an up.
Mhm.
This is Adam Wilborn. I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now. But as you can see, we're drinking pints and having a good time. That was like I met them I ran into them one night after WrestleMania at a place that the only way I could describe it to you would be like Power and Light.
Okay.
It's like a Power and Light place. And Ric Flair, I guess, was on another level somewhere in there too, like doing shots of people.
Yeah.
And I mean, I could seriously do like a 2-hour podcast on just everything that happened during the week.
But
that's not
we
what
don't
our
have that
podcast
time.
is about.
No.
Yeah. But seriously, guys, I actually have something up on Reddit. I mean, are you ready for this, dude? I mean, this is the truth. This is all 15 shows I saw. Look at that. Is that ridiculous?
It's a lot.
And this is the funniest thing that really was really funny. So last week, before I left to talk about it, this was one of the pictures that I used to post up of the AT&T Stadium with Stone Cold and all them, right?
Yeah.
The first 2 days I said I was in an Airbnb. From our Airbnb that we were in, the front window out of it, you could see that.
Oh yeah, nice.
And so then me and Topher left the Airbnb and we went over and took a picture in front of it, and that's us in front of that exact same.
When I worked in Darlington, Texas, I worked in a building on like the 4th floor.
Right.
You could see the top of the stadium from from where I was. It looked like a fucking space station, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So it looks like a launching pad for a space shuttle or something. It's cool. I've never been though. I've never been inside. Not that I've ever had any reason to go inside to see the Cowboys play or anything like that. But it's a cool place. I mean, it looks nice.
I beat a dude up and I got his belt, but I couldn't carry it home. It was too big, man. It's just huge. I mean, look at that thing.
Yeah.
But that's all new. Talking about the wrestling stuff. I know if people are interested, I did post something on Reddit under Squared Circle where it's Ask Me Anything, and I put up all the wrestling events, and it's been like right now I have like over 175 questions on it.
Okay.
So like I've been answering all the questions as much as possible as I can. And plus,
are you talking about our podcast though?
I talk to people in person about our podcast.
Yeah, well, I'm going to Panic Fest and I'll be covering it for the show, and I'm not gonna say for sure, but we'll definitely have some interviews at least do a post on here, on the feed here, and we'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm covering Panic Fest. I got press pass. We're family journalists now.
100%. I totally understand that.
Okay, so let's get with
when
the
is
news,
Panic
man.
Fest? When is Panic Fest?
It starts today in the month, 29th.
I got to talk to you about something. I'll talk to you after the podcast. Remind me. Anyway.
All right, let's start with movies, man. Let's just talk movies. We've been doing this for 24 minutes. Let's talk movies. Uh, The Bubble. It came out on Netflix Friday, last Friday. It's directed by Judd Apatow. You guys know Judd Apatow. I mean, you should know Judd Apatow. He's done, 40-Year-Old Virgin, This Is 40, Knocked Up, King of Staten Island, just all kinds of shit you know him from. He's a famous comedic writer and director. And they were talking about The Bubble. It stars, um, it stars Pedro Pascal.
Do you know why all the world hates a Lannister?
As Dita Bravo. This also stars Leslie Mann as Lauren Van Chance.
Okay. It makes me sad when it's so easy to trick you into lying because you're such a lying shitbag.
This also stars David Duchovny, which we haven't heard from him lately, as Dustin Moray.
The story of us. How do I sum it up?
And also it stars Kate McKinnon as Paula, the studio head.
No, no. I'll tell you anything that you want to know about her, and I know it all.
And this also stars a great amount of people. Harry Trevelyan, fucking Karen Gillan as Carol Cobb.
Iris Apatow.
yeah, who's the daughter of Judd.
Gus Kane.
Keegan Michael Key.
I mean,
Fred Armisen.
Harry, I mean, this is just a
Rhea Bamford shows up. I don't want to give away everything in it, but yeah,
even
man,
the chick from Borat.
Yeah, she's in this. Yeah, Borat.
You know how we know that?
And how we know that?
Because I got a
Maria
great
Baklava.
movie fact about her.
Okay, are you pull it?
Let's see. Oh no, I didn't put it. But anyway, while filming this movie, she found out that she was nominated last year.
Oh, nice.
For
read this. You want to read the storyline for this?
Sure, I'm sure. It's very simple. A group of actors and actresses struck inside a pandemic bubble at a hotel attempts to complete a film.
So I watched this Tuesday, because I didn't have time this weekend. I saw two other movies that aren't related to the show. One might show up later, but what to say about this movie? So it's 2 hours and 5 minutes long. That's long for a comedy. But pretty on par for how long Judd Apatow films are. Like when it comes to the comedy, he makes them long, but I don't think he.
Oh no, I did put it up there. Never mind.
I don't think that Judd Apatow played to his strengths in this movie. Because honestly, I was bored for about the first hour and a half of this thing. I really was. I know the last one coming to me. You may have really liked it, and I thought you might like this. But to me, Judd Apatow, he is really good at one. He's really good at showing the humanity in people and giving heart to it. And all the characters to me were one dimensional. Number two, it's a satire about show business, but I've seen this movie before. It's called Tropic Thunder, and Tropic Thunder is way funnier than this movie. And it won me over the last 30 minutes, but for the first hour and a half of this movie, I was bored to tears. And it's not that there are parts that are funny, but none of it was that funny to me. And a lot of people liked it, but to me, this didn't play to Judd Apatow's strengths, and it's a satire or whatever. But it just didn't work for me. I didn't find it. I didn't find it any good. I'll say that. To me, I thought this movie. To me, this is gonna be a bad score for me. This movie sucked. Most of it sucked to me, and that hurts me to say. So I really wanted to like it. I wanted to like this movie. I was let down, and I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's I'm just a shithead. But this movie didn't work for me, and I really wanted to like I said, but it didn't play to Judd Apatow's strengths in my opinion, and I didn't have a good time watching this, except for the last 3 minutes, which I was liking that. Because that's when it got interesting. For the rest of it, I didn't like the characters. Parts of it were funny. Very small parts of it were funny. But other than that, man, I thought this was a COVID Tropic Thunder, but not near as good or funny. That's all I'd say about this one.
All right. So
And that's
I
my
have
opinion. You may have a
I have
completely different opinion.
I have 3 scars under my leg, a throat that I can barely talk out of, and I am sore. I got a handprint right here on my chest where I allowed a wrestler to smack me, right?
Yeah.
So I took an edible and I fucking watched this movie,
Uh-huh.
and I laughed my fucking ass off the entire movie. Now, I usually go into any one of the movies that we watch sober because I try to get my full attention to it. This movie is dumb. It's dumb comedy. I like
Yeah.
dumb comedy. I'm a fan of dumb comedy. But this movie to me, there are certain points in it that I laughed at. And then there are certain points that I was kind of like, I get what you're trying to do there. It just wasn't that funny. So there are parts of it that I'm going to agree with you. They could have done harder, worked harder, but there are certain parts through it that I got the joke. And it was like the way to describe this to someone is like it's like an episode of Saturday Night Live. Some of the skits you're going to love to the point where you're belly busting laughing. And then some of the skits you're going to kind of be like, all right, I didn't quite get that one. It's all right, though. I'll just wait for the next skit. And that's kind of what it was like. This movie had good points throughout it, but some of the bad points brought it down so much that I was kind of like, okay.
I don't really want to see a movie about COVID right now. Like I don't. Like,
that's your problem. I thought it was hilarious.
Also, it was fucking 2 hours long,
Because
dude.
COVID's over. It's done.
Trim 20 minutes of trim 20 minutes of this thing. It didn't need to be 2 hours and 5 minutes of my life that I kind of regret wasting on it. Because
I think I agree with you there. I think it needed to be about 20 minutes less.
Yeah.
I'd say 20 minutes less, cut it out, and then like rearrange it a little bit, and it'd have been perfectly fine.
And you know, Judd Patel, he's good at showing heart in his movies. That's part of the reason I love Judd Patel. But he only got to show a little bit of that in this, just a little bit.
There was really no heart in this movie whatsoever. I'll agree with you. I think it was more about the slapstick laughing.
So yeah, and it was a slapstick kind of satire and whatever, but it just didn't do it for me. And this is not going to get rating for me. I'm sorry, Judd. I really wanted to like it, and I went in with high expectations, but I was let down. So, and I watched it sober. I didn't get high. Neil got high, and made for high. This movie will make you fucking die laughing. Not me. I wasn't high though. So,
yeah. I mean, that's 100% thing, man. I laughed because, you know, I was in a mood to laugh. I went into this knowing it's going to be a dumb fucking comedy because of Judd Apatow. And, but the one thing I will have to agree now that you pointed out is that I totally agree with the fact that the heart wasn't there.
And that's what Judd was.
Yeah, and Judd's really good at making these dumb comedies that have heart, like Knocked Up, for example.
They make it smart though. Then the dumb movies he made, you call them dumb. I honestly thought, you know, his other movies are smarter than this.
Yeah,
and that's the problem.
Like, I mean, what, he's the producer on the King of Staten Island.
He was a director for King of Staten Island.
Yeah, he's the director. I'm sorry, I was looking up. Well, I was just looking it up. I'm trying to get to it.
Yeah.
But
and
like,
you love that movie. You connected that
really
hard.
I was a huge fan of the King of Staten Island. Like, This Is 40 for sure is one of my favorite all times.
He doesn't make dumb movies, and that's
like 40-Year-Old Virgin. Yeah, we have, you know how I know you're gay? Because you macrame jean shorts. But at the same time, we have a great story that ends up with all of us singing, you know, Age of Aquarius.
Yeah.
You know, like, so
he makes good movies. So I was disappointed, and it's, you know, Netflix does a really good job of letting movies sort of appear and not really let us know they're coming out. And so when I found out it's coming out, like, oh fuck, okay. A Judd Apatow
Yeah, I
film.
didn't know
Hey,
what this movie was when you sent it to me by any
yeah,
means.
yeah. So
And I was just like, what the fuck is he
yeah.
talking about? And finally when I got home, I was like, damn, okay. Yeah, definitely gonna take a look at that.
Do you get quotes for this?
Oh shit, yeah, I forgot to do that. Sorry, it's been a long week. All right, some quotes. They're liars. They're literally lie for a living. Whatever you do, you can't fuck them. Don't fuck them. Just 2 weeks, and you'll have all the hugs you need. I mean, the movie got 4% on Rotten Tomatoes. It doesn't get much lower than that. You wrote a Bible. No, I wrote a book. I love you, and I'm in love with you. Don't fuck me. Global warning, my ass. Who did this? Guardians of the franchise? Fuck you, assholes. I won Sundance. How many species have died because of man? I never had a normal friend before. Well, no one has ever called me that before. What's that? Normal? We wouldn't be crossing bubbles, but creating our own new bubble. Dad is the devil. I Google him. He's done some really fucked up shit. Should we be concerned about this level of vomit? I mean, this is like a lot of vomit. That's my turning hand, you motherfucker. Do you have balls? Oh wait, never mind. I have balls. Problems are just lessons in disguise. There are no answers, but there are plenty of drugs.
And that, when they started doing drugs in this movie, like anything way, that's when I started to like this movie.
Well, yeah, Chris, well, you know what I got to say to you?
What?
Stop being Benedict Cumberbatch. Stop being Benedict Cumberbatch. This isn't me acting. We know it feels too real. Your ending is me shooting at cock and balls with a flamethrower. Stop! I don't think you're allowed to run during a pandemic.
Okay, so my score. I'm gonna go first. My score on this 2.5. I didn't like it. Most of it was unlikable to me. Trim it up, re-edit it, maybe rewrite it, and I may give this a higher score. But man, if someone asks me about the bubble, no, the bubble sucks. To me, this movie sucks. Most of it sucks. It's 2 hours 5 minutes, way too long, and I do think this could have. I don't know how if they rushed it out, if they had time with it, but to me, it sucked, and it's a 2.5 for me. I did not like this movie.
Do you ever like anything though?
Yeah, absolutely, I do, but not this week.
Not this week. You did not like this movie.
No.
I'll give it a 3.
Okay.
Because it made me laugh. It made me cry. It made me laugh. It made me have a good time. This is a dumb fucking comedy though. This is basically something that you'd show somebody in 10 years to be like kind of give them the ridiculousness of what a bubble was like during the pandemic.
Now, compare this to King of Staten Island, and it's night and day, dude. Like
King of Staten Island is not a comedy; it's a drama. Of course,
it's a dramedy. It for certainly is.
It's a drama.
Okay.
It's
this
about
is
a
40.
kid who's fucked up on drugs after his
40.
dad died in
Okay.
9/11. It's a drama.
Okay, 40-year-old conversion. This one, night and day.
Yeah, that's there you go. There's your examples. There you go. It's like
All right.
King of Staten Island is
Okay.
not. That's like saying, you know what? Revenge of the Nerds and Forrest Gump are two different movies.
No, okay, let me ask you something. What's that movie we saw with Olivia Colman this year? What was that called? The Lost Daughter? That's a
Yeah.
drama. That's a
Yeah.
drama. That's not King of Staten Island is much funnier than that.
Mm.
But why don't you go ahead and we're on Rotten Tomatoes right now. If you guys don't know, or you'll listen to the show the first time, I have Neil guess the Rotten Tomatoes score with both the audience and then the critics. So Neil, what's the audience score for this thing?
52.
35%.
Holy shit.
I'm with them.
So wait a minute. So this movie is a 32% movie, right?
35%
All right.
from the audience.
So-
The audience.
So your thought was like, hey, when Neil gets back from wrestling, I'm gonna make him watch a movie that's only ranked
Dude,
32%.
No, I didn't. Dude, I just picked it again. I don't really look at the ratings before I watch.
Like
a
there's
movie.
that Ben Affleck movie with Anna de Armas that like has been getting a lot of
I don't
good
fucking know. Dude, I picked something I thought would be funny because Jeff out.
heat.
But
You're drunk.
I'm not drunk. I actually not drinking yet because I have to, go under the knife tomorrow and also
Under the
Ativan.
knife. Chris is going under the knife and getting cut open and dying.
And they're stealing stuff
Anyway,
from me. And so now, what is the critics score on this?
I'm gonna give it a 47.
22%.
Oh, they went lower.
They did.
Damn, give me their. I want to see it. I want to hear it.
Meandering and mostly unfunny, the bubble gums up an all-star cast with the hackneyed gags about showbiz and pandemic life. That's good beer, right? That strawberry one? That strawberry shine is pretty good.
Yeah, dude. I've been drinking a lot of Shiner.
So
Because I was
that's
in Texas, and guess what they sell there?
Shiner.
Everywhere. There's
Yeah.
Shiner everywhere. It's like, I'll take a Shiner
Yeah.
over Miller Lite. It'd be
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Miller Lite, Coolers Light, Shiner. That'd be
You're
like your options
yeah.
everywhere.
So yeah, I kind of want to forget this movie exists. So I'm ready to get the news. Are you?
All right, let's go. This is the movies that don't suck and some of them do. So I read stuff from the internet. Chris acts like he hasn't read it, or he just totally forgot because of that one time in band camp.
What you got for me? It's been more than a week since we spoke last.
There isn't much. There isn't. I'm going to tell you right now. There isn't much.
Okay.
Most of it is leaked over from what we got
okay.
before we left. Like
Right.
the first one right off the back, Will Smith resigns from the
Yeah.
Academy.
They actually moved up his arraignment date. They're actually tomorrow's when they're gonna have the board meeting to figure out how they're gonna discipline him.
Yeah.
But he's not part of the academy anymore, so I don't know exactly what they can do. What's the recourse?
There was a Will Smith biopic that was written and was both being voted on by Netflix and Apple TV Plus. Both of them have withdrawn their bids for the rights for it.
Yeah, man. I guess it's a big fucking deal, dude. That this happened. I thought it would blow over soon, but no, people are pissed, and that's fair because
Netflix has shelved all planned Will Smith movies in the future.
are they going to think
He
that
had
Disney
three
Bel
movies
Air?
that he was going to be. He had 3 movies that he was going to act in, all gone.
Well, he fucked up.
Yep. Talking about someone that fucked up too. Remember how I said about how good old Ezra Miller got busted, DUI, and all that stuff?
shit. Yeah.
Now the DC fans are calling for his head, and they want him to be replaced by Grant Gustin, who plays the Flash on CW.
How would you feel about that?
I mean, Grant Gustin to me is the Flash.
Oh, so this guy Ezra Miller is not to you.
No. Ezra Miller, I mean, he's good in the movies or whatever, but the fact that you have Grant Gustin who can actually act, he's a good actor.
Mm.
And he knows how to play the character, and he can change it up to whatever you want. And you
I'm
are
confused why he's not the Flash anyway.
Huh? He's been the Flash for 9 seasons.
I know, but why is he not in the movie? I'm confused why he's not in the movie.
Because DC wanted that universe and that universe to be two different universes.
It's gonna be hard, man. You can't do that. Marvel didn't do that.
No, but DC is DC. Robert Downey Jr. Do you know that guy?
I do know Robert Downey Jr. RDJ, yeah.
I like that guy. That guy makes me happy in the butt.
He saved two hard comic movies. He saved superhero movies.
Hey man, he's the kind of guy that makes me happy in everything he does whatsoever. I mean, I don't think there's a movie that Robert Downey Jr. has been in where I was like, you know what? That sucks that I saw that.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, man. So good.
Oh man, that was a great movie. Great movie. Robert Downey Jr. is to produce a Sherlock Holmes spinoff for HBO Max. 2 Sherlock Holmes spinoffs are early in development at HBO Max from Team Robert Downey Jr. It looks like that he'll be executive producing the spinoffs alongside Susan Downey, his wife, and Amanda Perola of Team Downey. Productions will executive. Basically, the 2 separate spinoff sets an RDJ's Sherlock Holmes universe. So it'll be him as Sherlock Holmes again.
Mm-hmm. So
I'm down.
Yeah, sure. I want to see. I want to know Holmes 2 as well, too. Bring that out. Noah Holmes 2.
Oh yeah, that's gonna come out. That's already done filming.
Oh, I can't wait.
Jason, talking about one of the best superheroes of all time, Aquaman. Jason Momoa to write and star in Apple's historical limited series, Chief of War. Chief of War follows the story of the unification and colonization of Hawaii from the indigenous point of view. So not from the white people.
Indigenous.
Thank you. Sorry. 1, I already have problems with words. 2, my voice is not the best. So I'm ready. I'm excited to hear that. I'm ready, especially from a man that,
Yeah. It's sure. By the way, I've been playing God of War, the new one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, dude.
So really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Sean Weiss lands his first acting role in 14 years.
What was he doing before this? Like before, what was
meth.
14 years? Huh?
He was a meth addict.
Okay, gotcha.
And he's been sober for 2 years. Sean Weiss, if you don't know, played the goalie from the Mighty Ducks.
I'm glad he's back. Honestly.
Yeah. So he's sobered up now.
He's skinny now, right? He's skinny now.
Yeah, he's way skinny. And I mean, at one point he looked like he was 97 years old.
Oh yeah, I actually saw photos of that. I saw photos of that. I'm like, what's yeah. Good for him.
And now he looks like he's normal again. So hey, stay sober, man. Don't do the drugs. Keke Palmer is the star in Ozzy Ansari's directorial debut film, Being Mortal. Keke Palmer is the next star to board the cast of the Being Mortal as a directorial debut. Who she's also joining is, those comedian guys that think they're funny. That Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen, yeah. Seth Rogen.
Yeah, and this Bill Mara. Bill Mara. Bill Murray.
Yeah, Bill Murray.
So I'm interested.
I love it. I love he's in Sorry. I love Master of None. Big fan of that this series. So I can't wait to see this movie. I'm super excited.
No,
I didn't know about this.
There's a lot of different movies that I am just madly interested in. Wow. I mean, and that's one. Anytime they come out, we just have to be like, why in the world is that the movie that we're going to be watching? And we're all gonna have to watch it, and we're gonna love it, we're gonna touch it, we're gonna make love to it every day long, and figure out why we haven't seen it before.
What's next on the list of news?
I'm loading them all up. That's why I was making up stuff. All right. Project Scarlett Johansson and Chris Evans, the star in Jason Bateman directed Apple film called Project Artemis.
I'll watch it.
What three things do I need more in a movie to
Yeah.
tell me I need to watch it? I get Chris Evans, I get Scarlett Johansson, I get Jason Bateman directing, which I mean he directs Ozarks. If you haven't ever watched that,
He also directed a
then
movie called Extract, I think.
yeah, Extract
Yeah.
too. Yes, you're correct. Pen the script. Scribe is focusing on the space race. It is a space race movie. I mean, what more? I got
Let's see
it.
it.
Oh,
Let's see it.
here's another thing just to add to it. Being done by A24.
Oh,
Yeah. All
they,
right.
they just do so much, so many good things, man.
So many
Like
good things.
A24,
So many good things.
we're A24 heads, man. It's ridiculous.
Chris's favorite TV show from movie franchise is getting turned into a TV series.
What is this?
Rebooting it. That is going to be Spy Kids is heading to Netflix for a reboot.
I'm not watching. I mean, I
Robert
know watching Spy
Rodriguez
Kids.
returning to the popular family spy franchise. Rodriguez is created with writing, directing, and producing the upcoming film reboot, and he did the previous films. The film will be produced alongside Spyglass Media, which owns the right to Spy Kids franchise. So, yeah.
Cool. We'll watch
More
that.
Spy Kids for you, bro.
I
I know you love Spy Kids.
Can't wait.
Marvel's Werewolf by Night is going to be beginning filming. This show will be a Halloween special for Disney Plus, and it will be part of the MCU continuity, tying in other franchise films and TV series. So this movie is going to be continuance of like Moon Knight. If you haven't watched the first 2 episodes of Moon Knight, fuck you and die. I guess would be the best way to say that.
Yeah, sure,
Have you watched Moon Knight?
No, I haven't yet.
Fuck you and die.
Okay.
Moon Knight, oh my god, is a whole different level of superhero. Like it is literally like the first episode, the guy doesn't know what the fuck is going on, and he thinks he's completely fucking bullshit crazy.
Right.
Yeah, you need to watch it.
It's Oscar Isaac, guys.
Yeah, and he's amazing in it. So Werewolf's coming out. The Godfather of Funk is getting his own biopic movie.
George Clinton?
George Clinton.
Yeah.
Already got a signed person to play him.
Who's playing him?
Are you ready for this? Because
I'm ready.
when I read this, I was like, this has to be bullshit. You're making this the fuck up. Eddie Murphy is going to be playing the Godfather of Funk, Mr. George Clinton.
I have to see this to believe it. Honestly, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, they can't be that far apart in age, right?
I'm thinking
Is your cat screaming at you, by the way?
I think so. I think my cat's standing right outside this window. Yeah, it's right there. Look, he is. Oh, kitty. Kitty cat. We might have to take a break here for 5 seconds so I could go get the cat back in. Catherine Bigelow is to team up with Netflix for her film. All right, man. I'm gonna have to take a quick pause for the cause. I'm gonna have to go get those cats in. Sorry, everybody watching. Give me 5 seconds.
Hey guys, just me waiting for Neil to get back. I'm still kind of I'm nervous about going under. I know I'm a control freak kind of, so this is freaking me out a bit about having to go under for the tooth extraction. Not really worried about hurting or dying or something. It sucks. I don't want to have to do it, but I'm going to. So that's how we roll. I wonder what Neil thought about Morbius. I'm really curious to hear this. But I think I hear him come back. This week I have a podcast, though, guys. Just so you know. I'm not going to leave this in for people who listen at home on their leisure. I know some people watch this, right? But I think most people listen to it. And he'll has to take care of his kitty cat. He's still taking forever though. I don't know where the fuck he's at. Come on, Neil. Come on, pal. Waiting for you. Sit down. Come on.
You know I can hear you the
I know
entire
you
time,
can. I know you can.
asshole.
I know you can.
Sorry about that. We'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. You can edit it out. Anyway. All right. Elizabeth Allen Dick joins her father, Tim Allen,
Great.
and the new Santa Claus sequel series.
Is Tim Allen going to be in the series?
Yes.
That's strange.
Her will be making her acting debut as one of Scott Calvin's children in Santa Claus sequel series.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I guess. Cool, I guess. I mean, I they were fine movies, whatever. I kind of really like Tim Allen that much.
You're a huge Tim Allen fan?
I'm not.
Dolph Lundgren and Luke Wilson to co-star in action thriller The Best Man. Dolph Lundgren has added another movie to his upcoming slate with the action film The Best Man.
Is it Luke Wilson's in this?
Luke Wilson, yes.
Okay. I'll see
Because
it.
he's also doing he's doing a bunch of movies. The plot of The Best Man revolves around a wedding on a remote resort that is invaded by a group of mercenaries, which leads to the main members of the wedding party to take on the terrorists to save a group of hostages.
Oh, this is Wedding Crashers 2. Well, will she show up in it too?
I guess so.
Is Owen Wilson in this?
No, this is Luke Wilson.
No, Owen Wilson's in this one? They won't show up? All right.
Uma Thurman is teaming up with someone she hasn't teamed up with in a long time.
Quentin Tarantino?
No.
Okay, sorry.
But
I was
close.
hoping.
But close.
Okay, well, you have to tell me now because I don't know.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, nice.
They're going to reunite for a comedy thriller called The Kill Room.
I watched that already. I'm already down.
I'm already down.
Yeah.
Kill Room from the original script by Nicole Payan, who did Funny or Die, Friendsgiving. Will direct The Kill Room from an original script by Jonathan Jacobson. The film is set to go on floors soon and will be shot in New Jersey. The story follows a hitman, his boss, Jackson, and an art dealer, Thurman, and a money laundering scheme that accidentally turns the assassin into an overnight sensation, one that forces her to play the art world against the underworld.
Cool. I'll see that movie. We'll be with you and I will be there, theaters, watching it with our popcorn or whatever.
All right. The last two stories. You ready? Because these are
All
big
right.
ones. These
Okay.
are big ones.
Okay,
In my
you
book,
save-
these are really big
You
stories.
saved them for last. I got you.
Yeah. Bill Skarsgård.
It was going to be in guys, if you don't know, it'll be in The Northman, a movie that I cannot fucking wait to see.
I think that's
Good.
his brother. That's Alexander Skarsgård.
That's right.
That's his older brother.
All right.
Bill Skarsgård, who, as you know, played It or Pennywise in the movie It, is going to be stepping up to play a role in a movie that is a reboot. He's going to be playing the role of a superhero that means like literally the fucking world to me.
Is he going to be Superman?
No.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, because I remember as a kid, I was thinking, man, I really like Batman and Superman. That's it. Yay.
Who was it?
No.
Who's he going to be? Tell me.
Bill Skarsgård is playing Eric Draven, a.k.a. the motherfucking Crow.
Oh, yeah. And who else? Someone else is going to be in it too, right? Like, I forgot who else signed on. A musician. Oh, yeah. FKA Twigs is going to be in that too.
Yes. And It's going to be produced by Victor Haladita, Molly Haslow, John Jennings, and Edward R. Pressman. The project is a collaboration between production companies Hazel Free Production, Electric Shadow, Dan Fees. I'm reading a lot of names. Guess what name I'm not reading?
What?
James O'Barr.
Oh, sorry. Is that the guy who did the crow, made the crow? Where's he at? Man, I mean, you want to see
Saying
this
most creative fucking guy in the world, and you're just not going to use him.
You liked, I mean, you liked the Brandon Lee one a lot, didn't you? That was your shit, wasn't it?
I watched it literally like 3 nights ago.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I mean,
I fell asleep to it at my hotel room.
I registered. Yeah, I looked for it for record store day, and I couldn't find it because it's sold out. Because they put the Crow soundtrack on vinyl, I couldn't find it for you, man. I tried to, but yeah, man. Cool.
Originally, Jason Momoa was supposed to play him.
What did you think of that? You like that?
I was okay with that, but you know,
I
you know, whatever. Just please don't fuck it up. Just please don't fuck it up. Please don't make it Crow Salvation. Don't make it Crow Wicked Prayer. Don't make it Crow Stairway to Heaven.
So you're saying basically don't Edward Furlong it.
Yes, there you go.
Okay.
All right. Here
and the last
the saddest news as of March 30th, Bruce Willis has retired from acting after getting diagnosis of aphasia. And sorry for all of that for Bruce, who is, you know,
a legend.
I mean, no matter what decade in the last 4 decades, you can pick out a Bruce Willis movie that was good, or a show, or anything that he did.
Yeah,
because it got to the point where he just became Bruce Willis.
Yeah,
that's what you need to say. Like, the character. And to see that he's walking away from acting, that sucks. To see that he has a life-threatening disease sucks more. You know.
Which is hope he's going out with dignity. So
yeah. So my wishes, prayers, and everything to seriously the diehard himself, the man who, you know, made it okay to say yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. The guy who saved our planet more times from terrorists, from asteroids, from aliens. You know, the guy has saved us more times than I think anyone has. I mean, he's up there with like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah. Bruce Willis is an icon.
He's a legend. He's a legend.
So sad to see him go.
Yeah, sad to see him step down, but wish him the best wishes and the best health.
Yep.
That's the news, bro. Let's get that last movie. This is Movie Girls Sucking Something New. I just told Chris a bunch of stuff he has to go over and have to review if I actually lied to him or half the stories were made up.
So we're on the big sexy movie, the one that's number 1 at the box office. Morbius, directed by Daniel Espinosa. He's directed things such as Life, Safe House, a movie called Snap a Cash, Child 44, and he's working on something called Exorcisis right now. It's written by Matt Sazama. He's written such things as the Power Rangers movie, Gods of Egypt, The Last Witch Hunter, which I don't think I saw, and also written by the screen stories by Bulk Sharpless, which is a cool name, Burke Sharpless. I like that name. But
yeah, that is a cool name.
He's a writing partner of Matt Sazama. This stars the inimitable Jared Leto as Dr. Michael Morbius.
I saw The Last Witch Hunter. I know you didn't, because you don't like Vin Diesel.
Dr. Michael Morbius by Jared Leto.
You helped me by erasing my mind what inflated memories I had.
This also stars Matt Smith as Milo.
Now, the question of the hour is, who's got Pandorica? Answer, I do. Next question.
Also, Adria Ohana as Martine Bancroft.
No. You barely talk. I don't know your family. You don't want to know mine.
Also, this stars Jared Harris as Dr. Emil Nicholas. Jared Harris, man, you're great. Tyler Simpson's Agent Simon Stroud.
Enjoying the ride? Man, it's a fast car, huh?
And also Al Madrigal as Agent Rodriguez. And people I don't want to mention if you want to go and see this and not get surprised. Why don't you go ahead and read the storyline for this?
There's a storyline for this?
There is.
Nice. Dangerously ill with a rare blood disorder and determined to save others suffering his same fate, Dr. Morpheus attempts a desperate gamble. What at first appears to be a radical success soon reveals itself to be a remedy potentially worse than the disease.
So I gave my like a little soliloquy at the beginning of the bubble. Why don't you start out this one?
Oh, you want me to start off with this one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This is the worst fucking Marvel movie they have put out since the goddamn 1990s. It felt like, remember the 90s when comic book movies came out and you're like, hopefully it's a good one, you know, because you didn't know if it was going to be shit or not.
Mm-hmm.
That's the feeling I got watching this movie.
What a piece of shit this movie is, dude. It's awful. It's fucking awful.
You know what the best part of this movie was?
When it ended?
The end credit scenes. The end credits.
But even the CGI in that was so fucking awful. Like the whole movie.
All right, yeah. Let's dive into this. And
Okay.
let me give you 100% because.
Are we gonna spoil this? By the way, are we gonna spoil this?
Yeah, I got stuff.
Okay.
Just so to give people information about Morbius. Morbius to me, I love the comics. I'm a good fan of it. I have the first 20 of his series. Literally huge. I love him. I think it's a good character. It's a good idea. And he has the emotional problems that someone who doesn't want to kill people but has to kill people for a living because he's a vampire like character. That is something so great you can play on. First thing that sucks about this movie. I'm done with Jared Leto. I'm just done. I'm done. All right, dude. Back in the day, you're cool, you're quirky. I got it. You're different. You know, My So Called Life, your little band you had.
Fight Club. Yeah.
Fight Club, you're adorable. And that when you got your nose broken in 10 places. But this wasn't it. This wasn't good. His acting was not good in this. I think because
the only person that seemed like they're having fun was Matt Smith, Matt Smith. Only see person they're having fun. Dude, they had 2 fucking years. This was totally for 2 years. They had 2 years to fix this thing, and they didn't.
The CGI in this movie looks like CGI from the 90s.
What? How did this? They didn't work on this at all. Like they could have done so much, dude. They could have.
There's so many things that I think could have easily been changed. And I mean, the Matt Smith character was a completely made up character, loosely based on a character from the comics. And like, I think they could have changed it just a little bit. I get that Sony Entertainment has this huge hard on for the Sinister Six.
Yeah,
ever since Tobey Maguire with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
All they've been wanting to do is bring this Sinister Six movie to life. I get it. I understand it. They don't want Justice League. They don't want the Avengers. They don't want the fucking X-Men. They want the Sinister Six, which we almost got in No Way Home.
Yeah.
Like the only one missing was Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah.
From that. And literally, I get it. I get what Sony wants to do. I get it.
But the problem is that
put some time and effort in your fucking movie. Like there is a love story between a woman and a man who love each other, and then he's like all ill and shit and thinks he needs to become better. And that's how he becomes Morbius. And like that is a great story to go off of. You
It didn't.
know?
This didn't work, man. And I'm trying to figure out like what they thought they had this in the can for 2 years. Then they'll say, "Hey, man, people are watching this. They think it sucks. We should maybe fix it because it fucking
Yeah.
sucked." And the thing is,
Like,
uh, it's it. It's an hour and 46 minutes, so it's mercifully short, right? But it's not Marvel quality. Marvel puts out good movies. And your last movie,
this
your
is
movie
like
last
Blade
year,
3.
yeah,
This
this
is
was
like
your
Blade Trinity. You
so
know?
your favorite movie last year was a Sony released Marvel film, with Spider-Man No Way Home, and
Yeah.
this one is, it, I don't know why
But
it was.
obviously, No Way Home, Spider-Man was, not only Sony. There's a whole lot of, the Disney put in that.
And I'm trying to figure out what they're gonna do with this thing because it's a bad movie, and I can't think anyone's clamoring see Jared Leto play a character from a movie that no one really liked. It's a shitty
And it
movie.
made $87 million this weekend.
Yeah, because people want to see this shit. I don't know why. I was
Well,
one of those people.
okay, all right. Let's be honest. Someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, man, do you want to go see a superhero movie about a guy based off of a vampire where he basically goes around and sucks people's blood?"
Yeah, man.
You're down. You're down. All right. First thing that killed this movie. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
PG.
13.
Yeah, PG-13, whatever.
Well,
He's
yeah,
a vampire eating flesh. The artificial blood was blue. I can't. I don't know.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though.
There's one scene where he rips out somebody's throat, and then you hear the gurgling, but you
Yeah.
don't see the blood or anything. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
I'm trying to figure out what the deal is when it comes to it's like I don't know if this is studio involvement problem. I don't know if it's just the wrong people put together. But it's a bad movie. It's not, and
Yeah.
like here's the other thing. I was bored a lot of the time, man. A lot of times I was bored, and then the action scenes when they did happen were like 2 minutes and kind of shitty. Like
I
they weren't
kind of
even
fell
good.
asleep twice.
This movie fucking sucked. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't.
I had to like wake up and like slap myself in the face.
That's what you had to do.
Yeah, to like wake myself up to fucking watch this movie.
Okay, you want to give the quotes, and then we'll give our score, and then we'll talk about.
Oh, one second. I just want to cut in here again, and I want to give
sorry.
why this movie sucks so bad. All right, one. It was PG-13. Should have been R. If you're gonna have a vampire that's killing people and ripping people's throats out,
Yeah,
fucking show it.
Yeah.
All right. You took on this project. You didn't have to take on this villain. There are plenty more in the fucking warehouse of the goddamn Sinister Six. You did not have to bring this villain as one of them. This is your own fault. If you're going to get a vampire that sucks people's blood, fucking get a vampire sucking people's blood. Two, I don't know what Jared Leto was playing. Like, he was trying to play like he was an anti-hero.
But like he was...
that's the thing. That's the thing. Morbius in the comics is an anti-hero. Like, he went from Sinister Six, I guess, or being a bad guy, figuring out how to get it under control, and he becomes like an anti-hero. But he's a villain for a while, just like Venom.
Yeah.
Or he's a hero. He is a villain for a while before he becomes the anti-hero.
Mhm.
Now the Venom movie figured out how to make it more like he's just an anti-hero.
Yeah.
But what they did at the end of this movie made it very clear that this guy is a pure fucking villain.
God, there's so much in the CGI in this. It's just bad, man. It's a bad movie.
CGI was so fucking bad.
They had 2 years to fix this, and they didn't do anything.
No, and it just sucks. So now I'll give the quotes. I feel like I gave my piece on it. It was really dark.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you hurt anymore. Stop hurting if you can. As long as I am crippled, you will always be fine. If you start quiet, if you start writing the notebook to me, I am going to start hobbling in a different direction. Oh no, if you start quoting the notebook to me, I am going to start hobbling myself in a different direction.
I that's the part I kind of smiled at.
Yeah, I smiled at that too. That's why I wrote it down. For the first time in my adult life, I feel good.
Ooh.
They say all the blood is drawn. I don't know. I can't read that one. As you can see, Def, this is great. As you can see, I definitely don't have great sea legs. Holy water? Really? Not faking either. This is triple blessed. I'm starting to get hungry, and you don't want to see me when I'm hungry. Get it?
Yeah, I get it. It's yeah. He's making a funny. Yeah.
You can't judge people on how they look. Didn't your mother teach you any manners? All our lives we had death standing over us, and now we don't. I loved this more is this when the mysterious in the hood kicks everyone ass. We are the few against the many. For the reason I wasn't going to go fall Dracula, for the response, I was not going to go full Dracula on you. For the record, I find you and him quite romantic. I am reborn. I am true resurrection. You pitied me before. Now you're repulsed by me. There you go.
All right. Well, I gave my score first last time. You give yours first on this one.
So you want me to get my score?
Yep.
Can we talk about this movie?
Yep. You haven't figured it out yet because you dislike it that much.
2.7.
You can't say it sucks, dude. It's two. Give it a CD score. If it's 2.5, to me it's a 2.3 movie.
Yeah, it's 2.3. This movie sucked.
Yeah, this movie's awful. There's nothing redeeming about it. It's the worst Marvel movie. One of the, I didn't see Fantastic Four. I don't know if it's worse than that. It could be. It could be just that bad. But this is a bad movie, man.
Which Fantastic Four?
The newest one.
Oh yeah, that one sucked too. That one's really bad. That was like a -5.
Okay. I don't know what's going on with. I mean, like this is Sony, so I can't default Sony. And wait, Marvel Studios, if they make something bad, there's something's gone up. But this barely had anything.
This was not the good experience we wanted.
Huh.
You held on to this, and I even read up on it that they held the reviews until 12 hours before the movie was released.
That's never a good sign when they do that.
And there's only two reasons they do that.
Yeah.
One is that someone pops up that's a big fucking surprise. Or two, the movie sucks so bad.
There's kind of that both that in this though.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys really want to see this, we stay till the end. There's 2 mid-credits scenes that sort of make it interesting. But
yeah, we're going to talk about that here in a second when we do the spoiler part.
Now, I want Rotten Tomatoes.
What's the Rotten Tomatoes? This is going to be from the audience. It has to be a 42.
70.
Shut the fuck up.
Some people just don't give a fuck, man. There's some people that really love the original Suicide Squad. Don't know.
Well, I mean, Suicide Squad was good, so this one sucked.
The original one.
I mean, it's all right, man. It had an artistic look at it.
I fell asleep doing it. But now the critic score for Morbius.
39.
17%.
17.
Okay,
Bam, motherfuckers,
here's
in your
consensus.
face. Yeah, consensus is CGI sucked balls. Acting, overacting. Looked like it was something from the goddamn CW mixed with Days of Our Lives and shitty fucking CGI from the 90s. Was that the
Close.
simplest?
Cursed with uninspired effects, rote performances, and a borderline nonsensical story, this dreary mess is a vain attempt to make Morbius happen.
Damn. Damn.
Yes. So fuck this movie. If you guys wanna, we're gonna spoil the shit out of it. We're gonna talk about it a little bit. Next week we're seeing the theory.
Yeah, I just have a few items about it.
Yeah. Next week we're seeing Everything Everywhere All at Once, and then whatever else. I'm not budging on that. You were seeing that movie. It comes out Friday.
What movie?
Everything Everywhere All at Once. You're watching it.
I don't know what that is.
It's a movie you have to see in theaters. Fucking see it. I saw a dance screen of it last week. I'm not budging. You have to see this movie.
No, there's other movies we got to see.
I don't really give a fuck if it's not that joke too, but I told you I'm not budging on Everything Everywhere All at Once. You have to see that movie.
No, I'll think about it.
Don't even think about it. It's done.
Maybe next week we'll see that.
Okay, so guys, we're gonna use some time. If you leave if you don't want to hear the end of it, blah blah. We'll see you guys later. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So did you like?
Oh, we got Sonic the Hedgehog and Ambulance too this week.
We're one of those movies that we're seeing is Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm not budging on that.
What is it called?
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Why can't I find it anywhere?
It comes out over Friday.
I'm not seeing it anywhere.
I will find it for you. You have to see this movie.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
It's already out here.
Okay, then go see it.
Your face, I'll go see.
So I gave people time to walk away if they don't want to know the ending of Morbius, but we're going to talk about it.
Oh, cool. There's a lot of showings for this. So cool. All right.
So Adrian Toomes shows up at the end of this. He shows up for something.
Michael Keaton. Keaton Vulture. Period. Bottom line. The first villain from Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland.
Yeah, and so
he shows up because Vulture is part of the Sinister Six. And he makes this joke, I'm putting a team together. You would work out just fine.
And fucking stupid. And he shows up, I'm sure, because something fucked up with that Doctor Strange did, right? Like, he fucked up somehow. That's how he got there, right?
Right.
So, whatever. That's what happens.
All right.
That's the big thing.
Let's give you some info about this movie. Even though I'm not a fan of this movie, I'm still going to give you the comic book info. I'll make it as short as possible. I didn't put a lot down. Morbius is origin is first stated in Amazing Spider-Man 101, done by Roy Thomas and Gil Kane. Now, what's so important about Morbius is that he's the first character in a comic book first done by anybody but this is the first Spider-Man comic not with Stan Lee involved. His storyline.
So right away. Strike one.
No, it's not a strike one.
I know.
It's actually really good. I mean, because do you remember the Spider-Man that had 6 arms?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Same comic book.
Okay.
Same comic book.
Okay.
The ship that Morbius was experimenting on in the movie was called the Murnau. Right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay. That was named after F.W. Murnau, who's the German director of the 1922 movie Nosferatu. Yeah.
Okay.
See, so there are some cool little facts. Yeah. In the childhood part of the movie, at the beginning of the movie or whatever, middle of the movie, whatever, they kept on referencing that they wanted to send him to a school for gifted youngsters in upstate New York.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
Xavier's.
Yeah, I got you.
X-Men school. And all right. Emil Mykos is the character in the comic book that Milo, who was played by Matt Smith, is based off. He was the best friend of Morbius. He's the first person ever killed by Morbius when he could no longer take the artificial blood, and later turned into a vampire to be his number one enemy. As you notice throughout the movie, we got a bunch of references to there's a weird creature in San Francisco, and even to the point where Morbius himself even said, "I am Venom." To Venom, talking about Venom. So obviously we're in the same universe as Venom.
Yeah.
Simon Strutt, who's he played by? Who is Simon Strutt played by? He was played by Tyrese.
Yeah.
Simon Stroud. He is a character from the comics who has fought everyone from Kraven the Hunter. He's best friends with the Black Widow and hunted Morbius in Fear number 27 comic book. His arm, as you can see, was made by Oscorp, which is aka the Green Goblin's business. Horizon Labs pops up. This is weird because Horizon Labs is a big thing in the Spider-Man universe. First appearance is Amazing Spider-Man 668 using Spider-Man's. This is where Spider-Man's main headquarters was and where he got his gear, like his web shooters. The Daily Bugle was obviously everywhere with headlines. Each one had a different villain in the story of the headlines. So, like, you could actually, if you pause those scenes, for the headlines one was has a giant rhino loose on the city. One was Black Cat, friend or foe. One said scandal at ESU, Empire State University, which is where Peter Parker went to college. It says the chameleon escapes, which is a headline on one of them. And the chameleon is going to be in the Kraven the Hunter movie. So obviously they're putting it all together. Now, when they're in the subway, right before Morbius decides to do his flying thing, there's an advertisement for clothing, and the clothing line is called Thomas and Kane, which are the names of the creators of Morbius.
Yeah.
Poster for Demon Fire, which is a cult that Morbius fought in 1974's Vampire Tales number 7. Poster for a new album called Impotium Man, which is a reference to an alien species discovered by Morbius and Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man number 6. And Martine dies and awakens with red lies, like in the comic books, when she becomes a vampire. And obviously the Michael Keaton after end credits is all setting up the Sinister Six.
All right. Well, I guess look forward to that.
There are actually good comic book stories with this character. And I thought they were gonna give this movie like a good heap of, like, if they were gonna give it a good try. They didn't give it a good try. This movie sucked.
Yeah.
This all sucked. I am a fan of Morbius, the comic books. I was gonna pull him out of the filing cabinet to show you, to be like, I love this character. And it's like that line from Godfather. What have they done to my boy? You know, like, that's what it is. You just took one of my favorite vampire characters in all of cinema history, of all comic book history, and made him shit. Like, Blade was one of the corniest looking motherfuckers in comic book history, and you made him badass, but you can't make another one? I don't know.
Man, you can find us online movies.net, or Facebook.com/podcast. We're on Twitter, MDS Podcast. We're on Instagram, MDS Podcast. We have Twitch at MDS Podcast. We have shirts, StoneFire.com. Search Movies Don't Suck, it's something to do. We have Patreon, patreon.com/Movies Don't Suck. You find us all streaming platforms there. You find podcasts, you find Movies Don't Suck, it's something to do. What do you do for small business?
You got a small business, you come over here, give me $20, and I will make sure we talk to our.
We do it for free. We do it for free.
But I like $20. And if you got wings or turkey legs,
oh fuck yeah,
definitely will advertise the hell out of
yeah.
But anyway, if you got a small business, it doesn't matter what you have, what you do, whatever you do. We'll be more than happy to advertise you to our hundreds of viewers, our thousands of listeners. We'll be more than happy to help you out and push you out there into the public. Let us know. You can find us at any one of the websites below or any one of the links. We'll be more than happy to help you out. And I believe that's it, Chris. We are done. Well, that's another episode of Movies That'll Suck and Some Do. My name is Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And remember, know how hard you try. If you make a suck-ass vampire movie, we're going to burst your bubble. Have a good night.
All right, so I know you want to talk about something off here, so you need to tell everyone bye.
Thank you, everybody, for watching, listening, all
Bye,
the
guys.
above. Remember, Chris does sleep with big stuffed animals. They're called furries. Have a good day.
I don't know if that's true, but okay.
Have a good day. Follow us as a line. You can follow me on my line where I talk more about the wrestling shit.